did you first hear about Islam?
The real time I think I really heard about Islam is with 9/11, when actually I started to pay attention to Islam. So the first person that told me about Islam very openly, and the first person I remember, is a taxi driver when I was in Abu Dhabi. I had to wait for a flight to catch to the Philippines. I had 6 hours to kill. And I thought I should not stay in the airport. I'd rather check the landscape and this. I didn't know about Abu Dhabi. So I asked the taxi driver, what can I visit here? And he said, this big white masjid, huge masjid. So I said, let's go. And on the way to this masjid, he started to play the radio. And there was this sound that I really loved and this music really loved in my ear. And I said, what is this music? It talks to my heart. I told him that. And he stopped the car and he said, brother, this is not music, it's the Quran. And he started to preach me about Islam. He said, I really hope you can become Muslim, you and your family, and save yourself from the hellfire. And I told him, hold on a minute, nobody's going to go to hellfire. What is this? So that was the beginning of the journey where, for the first time of my life, a Muslim engaged me in a very nice way, actually.
What was the thing that affected you the most before you became Muslim?
I think what affected me the most before I became Muslim is to live in the south part of the world. Because I'm from the north, I'm from France. My DNA, my race come from the north. But if you look at the map, you cut it in two. 90% of the Muslim world is in the south. You have Africa, Middle East, you have Southeast Asia, India, Pakistan. It's all in the south. So because of my work, I traveled in all these countries. I lived in all these countries. So I was in the heart of the world, and the Azan was going on in most of the countries that I visited, and it always made an impact on me. Like I remember one day I was playing soccer in Tanzania with some Africans, and suddenly the Azan started to play, and I was like, wow, this is powerful. This is amazing, I loved it. Then I went to Cyprus, same. The Azan was playing in Nicosia, and it impacted me. Like I felt pulled. But I thought it's not a religion for me, so good for them, but I thought it was a religion for Arabs.
How were you convinced that Islam is 100% true?
There are two reasons why I believe that Islam was 100% true. One is just a fact, because the Quran is the word of God, and I realized that. And I never knew that actually a lot of things that has been said in the Quran has been discovered only now, or a few decades ago. I could not believe that. The Quran proved itself to me that it can only be the word of God. It can only come from God and not the Prophet Muhammad. But one is because by experience, I experienced some miracles. So I'm going to share one with you. So I was searching about God and I was praying to God. And as I was making that prayer, as a Christian still, there was some words on YouTube about one ayat about the Quran about the rain. And at the same time I was reading that ayat, it started to rain in front of my window for 10 seconds. Really, literally, but really only in front of my window, not everywhere. I was living on the 30th floor. When I saw that and that ayat, I understood. Allah gave me the answer I wanted, and I started to cry. I was like, I felt so blessed, that Allah cared to show me. No-brainer. That's it. You want an answer? You want rain? Here you go. You want sun? Here you go.
So you took your Shahada right after this rain incident?
I would say the defining moment of my conversion, it is the speech of Yusuf Estes, an American preacher that I had the chance to work with and meet after, that explained to a black brother on YouTube what is the difference between the Bible and the Quran. Why he's saying the Quran is the word of God and not the Bible. And he explained so well that after 30 minutes I took my Shahada.
So how